What's up? What's up, guys? It's your boy Boogie back again with another YouTube live stream, man. I thought I should come and check in with you guys. I promised you I'll be back on Thursday, so I had to keep my word. But do me a favor if you're just coming in, just show me your support, like the video. Let me make sure my logistics are in place, my sound, everything is good, and then we can get started. I appreciate you guys for checking me out, for supporting your boy. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. I got a couple of videos we're going to be reviewing, and I hope this goes well, man. Support your boy. And I'm not going to even waste your time, man. You see the title, you see the video, you see the thumbnail. The women are getting more and more bold, man. They are saying you need to pay them just to go on a date with you. Like, don't buy them flowers. In other words, the moment you ask her on a date, she wants you to send a cash up just to go on a date. It's crazy. I know we're not even talking about you paying the bills when you guys get in a relationship or marriage. They are saying their time is that much valuable than the average man that to go out with you, you have to send them money. Crazy. I know. Crazy. I know. All right, my sound is good. Let's get started, man. Let's go. I'm not even going to waste your time. So, first video coming from Anton Daniels, favorite of the show. You guys enjoy when I review his videos, when I react to his panel. Maybe one day in the future. I was about to join the panel one time, but I couldn't. But maybe one day in the future I'll join the panel, so you guys can see me cook over there. But especially, I would love to go to the panel when Jess is on the panel. And I don't know if Jess will ever go back. I don't know, but I would love to go there when Jess, the feminist, I call her that because she's such a feminist, but she's a good looking lady, nevertheless, right? So anyway, let's go.
There are currently
Uh-oh,
grown
here we
men
go.
making jokes about how 90% of women, if they take away food stamps, Section 8, this, that, and the third, all types of government assistance, 90% of women will fold in a week. Mind you, these are the same men that don't take care of their kids, which is the reason why half of these women are on government assistance. Half of these men don't watch their kids, there's daycare. Half of these men aren't on child support or don't have a job to pay their child support fucking payments. But they talking about 90% of women will fold if the government shut all their assistance down. I want y'all to know something. The way that y'all want women to not only fall flat on our faces, but y'all want us to fall flat on our faces so we can prove that we need men while y'all still don't be the men that we fucking need. Excuse the stuffy voice, because I am getting a code from the weather change. But my point still remains the fucking same here. Y'all literally, as men, to sit here and say, oh, it would be so funny to watch all the women fold if government assistance got taken away completely. All you're reminding us is, even without the government assistance, y'all still won't do shit. No government assistance means men still won't fucking provide. All y'all are gonna do is laugh while we're poor and broke and fucked up like y'all are. Interesting. Y'all just want to see another person fucked up and fucked around so you don't have to feel bad about being fucked up and fucked around.
She said a lot.
She's so mad.
So was she right?
She's wrong.
If all those government assistance, all the child support, all the what's it called? Having brain fart.
The SNAP, the
called?
EBTs.
On the food stamps went away.
Snap.
Would women actually want to need men more, go back home and do what they're supposed to do?
I don't think so.
Why don't you think so?
There's some women out here that really be hustling, man. There's some women out here that be getting it, man. They be stacking their bread times. So I feel like some of them necessarily don't need men, but I feel like if you got a son, kids, of course you need that father figure around. But that's up to the man if you want to be a man, though.
Women don't need men? Did you say that? I'm sorry.
Nah, I'm saying like I think they do, but I feel like most women now in today's time, like most of them, a lot of women hustle now. They got their own hustle. A lot of them make their own money. So I just feel like not necessarily, but at the same time, just raising the kids, doing it all on your own, you kind of need that male figure in the picture.
Yeah, but if they don't need men, then why do they always claim they have their own money? But in the same sentence, they will say a real man will provide. Even the women who make millions of dollars want men to come and pay their bills. Like that shit never makes sense to me. They swear to God they have all these businesses, they make six figures, all black men are broke, black men, are sassy and all these things. But in the same sentence, she will say she has 1,000 businesses. For some reason, most women these days are entrepreneurs, but they will still ask for a man to provide. And when a man says, okay, you got your money, I got my own money, let's go 50-50, they complain. Oh, a woman will provide. You're not a woman if you don't provide for me. You're broke, you're sassy, you must like men. It's like, how can you say you got all this much money, but then you're complaining that men don't want to pay 100% of the bills? Like that defeats the purpose.
I think she has a point, but she's talking about men that she picked. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like women always complain about men that they picked. You know what I'm saying? They knew who he was. You know, women like to be smart, but then when they get bamboozled or now they victims, you know what I'm saying? So they pick those guys. There's a lot of nice, good young men, black men out there for women, but it's the ones you pick.
Not only picked, but procreated with.
Yeah. Not only you let them know.
But Shampoo, you literally just said that the women were bamboozled. And I'll just say this. Women do need men, and a lot of women are forced to be hustlers because this is the world that they were forced into, in my opinion.
No.
I don't believe that a lot of men are stepping up in ways that they need to. I think Shorty had a few points in her message, for sure.
But that's the type of men.
But you told men you don't need them. See, this is what I just told you, and that's why I call you just a feminist. You cannot say a lot of men are not stepping up when you literally told men we don't need you, we got our own money, we're independent boss-ass bitches. Those were the words women use to this day in 2025. You cannot tell me you don't need me, and then when you're broke, oh, men are not stepping up. You cannot say you want to work and earn as much as men, and then when you fall on hard times, you complain men are not stepping up. You can't have it both ways. You gotta make a choice.
And she chooses though.
No, it's not always. You could vet a man very well, and he could still end up being a dick.
No, not as smart as you women are. No, y'all too smart for that.
Exactly.
What about the dude she passed up on?
Right.
Exactly.
So what does that have to do with this conversation?
The fault
Because-
doesn't
what do
ever
you
lie
mean?
on her shoulders, then? Is that what you're saying? It's always the man's fault?
No, I'm not saying it's always the men's fault, because we still need to hold women accountable. At the end of the day, it was her choice. It was their choice to engage in adult activities, which resulted in the baby. So yeah, we have to hold the woman accountable as well.
Exactly.
But on the flip side of that, a lot of women are forced into hustle positions because they aren't afforded the soft life. A lot of men aren't sole providers. I'm not saying that's bad or good, whatever worked for your household, but a lot of times, a lot of men aren't paying 100% of the bills.
Why should they?
Right? So now I got to give you my half and your half. So a lot of that it ties into all of that.
You know what it is? I think sometimes women, especially pretty women, what happens is when they're about 20, 21, they popping and all that stuff, and they're using their looks to get what they want. But then their stock goes down. When they get 30, 35, 38, they get angry because their looks didn't take them the way they went, the way they were supposed to go. Now they got to hustle. Now they got to do all that. Now they super angry and fine, but there's cracks in the crevices now.
Facts.
So they have to, you know what I'm saying? It's a letdown. So they start lowering their standards and got a bunch of angry people out here like that.
You think this?
And they also usually claim a woman's intuition. And he's right. They're always claiming for somebody who got all the degrees, you have all this money, you make all this money, you go on so many trips, right? You got all these degrees, you're smart, you're popping. That's what they're calling it, right? You're independent now. You can make as much as a man. And then you're going to complain and blame men because they're not stepping up to pay 100% of the bills. You know what I mean? If you're saying you're equal to men, So 50-50 shouldn't be an issue. So for just to say men are not all providers, your women said you are equal to men. So if we're equal, we're going to be equal in everything. We're going to be equal when the rent is due. We're going to be equal when we go on a date. We're going to be equal when somebody breaks into the house. I'll go downstairs on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. You go downstairs on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we can share Sunday. I mean, we're equal, right?
Is it an older woman's struggle or younger
The
woman?
worst thing a woman can do in these times, and even back in the day when I was young, was to get old.
Right, but I don't. It doesn't feel like it's a. I think it's an all-woman struggle. I don't think it has anything to do with an age. I think girls are just picking wrong from early on, and they get older. They keep on picking wrong, keep on having babies with the wrong men.
But then
and
they start blaming men for it. But then how can you blame men? That's the problem I don't get.
Like you can't blame the man.
Wait, y'all, one mic. Hannah, what were you saying?
I said, I think women just ignore the red flags. Like, we know when we see a guy, like, we know if he's a provider. We know if he's husband material. We know all that.
Are you white?
Yeah, I'm white.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm white. What else? And?
So you have sex with Negroes?
What kind of question is that?
Who is wild?
I'm asking. Do you have black boyfriends? I'm asking.
So what? That's nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I do.
I know you like that. How do your parents feel?
What they gotta do with anything?
Yeah, that has nothing to do with the conversation.
Who went on a tangent?
But one thing I saw about the video, that woman said that she said that men just like want to wait until women come crawling back or something. Like, we don't give a fuck if you guys come back.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? We just want to watch like the fire burn from afar and just like, just sit back and just at the end of the road we just be like, all right, well,
sip on a beer.
We told you so. We told you this is how it's gonna happen, and you guys just said like you guys didn't believe us. So
yeah, 100%.
That's the problem. Who's gonna bend? When is someone gonna bend? The women or the men? This gender war has to end.
I think it depends.
Some point. Someone's got to.
It's not about bending. It's about us trying to.
If you focus on the actual topic of what she was saying, it's because like a lot of guys, like we know the government subsidizes half of the lifestyle.
Fact.
And I think the insult on top of the injury is that the women brag while we know the government is subsidizing some of the lifestyle. So it really just goes back to what Kevin Samuel said, which is what winter's coming, and Trump shutting the government down is basically putting. It's not even just for the women, but for the world entirely, is stand on your own 2 feet. And I think the women that lady within that video is more or less triggered regarding it, because there's a lot more women where the government is subsidizing their lifestyle, if that makes sense.
So I'm in a state of confusion, because why is the sole focus on what women are doing, and why can't we just say, you know what, that man didn't step up. He was a terrible father. He could have did X, Y, and Z, and he didn't. Like, I understand holding women accountable. We also still need to hold men accountable in this particular situation, because there are plenty of men who are very spiteful when it comes to relationships with their, I can't be with you. Why ain't taking care of the kid? I can't do this. I can't still sleep with you. I'm not taking care of the kid.
Majority of women, though. Majority of women are spiteful because the men left.
Fact.
Like,
Exactly.
that's not always the case, but I still, regardless, at the end of the day, we still also need to hold men accountable. You want rights, then go to the court and get the rights. A lot of fathers let that be circumstances as to why they can't step up and be a man to their child. So
why should a man have to go to the courts to fight for his own kids? Why should that like that makes sense to her? In her mind, she believes a man should fight to be a father. Why? Why shouldn't I just be a father? These are my kids. Why should I be told how many days I can see my own kids? Like, does that make sense to anybody? That doesn't make sense. So, I mean, if men have to fight, that's why some men don't want to fight. Like, if I have to go to courts to ask another man who didn't help me create these babies, to ask them to tell me what days I can see my own kids. Like that doesn't make any sense. On top of spending money on lawyers, and most times the judge is still gonna grant the mother, custody 99% of the time, and then put me on child support. Like why? What? Like, oh my god.
But Jess, man, I'm making videos like that. That's a false premise in the sense where, like, you keep looking at it from a lot of fathers, but a lot more women have kids by one dude. It's not a lot of fathers.
Or multiple.
Men don't have multiple baby mamas. Like,
men have multiple baby mamas, but it's not generally all men. All men don't have multiple baby mamas.
Yeah, not a lot of
and
women.
all women don't have multiple baby daddies. So what you saying?
There's more women though
more women have kids
stem.
with the same dude.
Yeah.
There's a lot more women that have this kids with the same dude. There's mad women I know that have kids with the same dude. A whole bunch of women. Plus,
if you take this sample size right here, I don't know. The only person I probably know about is Anton, and Anton is married, but he has one kid. I don't have a kid. I don't know how many other guys within this video has a kid, but I can promise you, if there is one, there'd probably be one that has multiple women, and those multiple women are probably complaining about that one dude, and then putting that blanket on the rest of us.
Yeah, like Future.
We don't have kids like that.
Exactly. Yeah, like Future. Like women will complain about men like Future, but they forget that Future has like multiple different baby mamas. For example, Nick Cannon. Women will use the example of Nick Cannon. Oh, they're creating single moms, forgetting that it's one man, Nick Cannon, and 10 other women who don't mind making babies with him, even when they know they're going to be the 5th, the 10th, and sometimes the 20th baby mama. But because he has money, or because he has a gangster kind of persona like Future, they will complain about that. You know what I mean? So majority of men don't have kids. That's number one. Number two, the men who have kids, if they're not the bad boy persona or the rich guys, they usually have one kid, two kids with one woman. But that woman will move on to the next man and have babies with multiple men. Because remember, women are always approached by men, so they have more chances of reproducing. Unlike men, even if I have a baby with one woman, I need to take another woman to a date and convince her to have a baby by me, and do that. A man can't replicate that easy because we get rejected.
Exactly.
Most men don't have children.
Right. The majority of men don't have children. That's what he's saying. And the majority of women are the ones that are collecting from the government. So that's what
like I'll hit a point on you said men aren't going out there making videos like this. Like, we're gonna watch all these women go on government assistance and then now they're off of it. Let's see what happens. Like, we're not out saying all these things. And like a couple of points that a few people said, like Ransom, he was talking about the women that go out and get it. We're not talking about those, because like my mom, she went out and got it. Like, as far as I can remember, I've never been on government assistance.
How did your mother go and get it?
She had to get multiple jobs. She did what she had to do. Like,
where'd your head go, Shampoo? Where'd your head go?
Shampoo was the type of going for the tangent, I know. No, she had multiple jobs and she had to take care of the family. So, but the women that we're talking about is like, and I remember points where Anton would say, 9 times out of 10, you've met the guy that you're supposed to be with when you were growing up with him, next to him, but you didn't want that guy because he didn't show any potential. He wasn't really swagged out. He didn't really, he was somewhere else trying to hustle.
So men don't pass up women all the time?
No, I'm not saying
men don't screw over good women all the time. Like, what are you saying?
No, we ain't saying that. We ain't saying that.
I'm not saying that.
We saying women, the women that's complaining, it ain't the hustling. Like, women that's hustling, they ain't making videos like that. The ones who getting on their own, they not complaining. They getting it how they getting it. It is what it is. Exactly. It's the ones that make the wrong decisions with the wrong guy, or they not trying to get it on their own. They want somebody to take care of them. And now they mad because the government is shutting all that down, and now they really got to put in that work. Because the women that hustle really ain't coming out recording talking about my baby daddy this and that and the third. Nah.
They don't got time for that.
I'm finna do
they don't got time.
I got this head coming in. I got to braid somebody here real quick, or I got to do this lashes. They
right. And then who am I to take care of the woman that don't want me no more? It didn't work out with him, but we have kids. But you're not my obligation. The child is, or the children is the obligation. So now I got to take care of you when all you did was give me a headache. We have a child, great, but you're not my responsibility. The child.
Why y'all don't go get full custody then? Because a lot of men don't want full custody of their kids. But
yeah, that's because the judges award mothers full custody most of the time because the mothers want child support. I don't know what world Jess is living in, acting like as if this is not everyday struggles of men. Why should I have to fight to get full custody? Women don't want to give up full custody to the fathers because they wouldn't get child support. Duh, like that's a common sense. Come on, man.
They complain that a woman has to be on government assistance.
Come on, Jess.
Most
A
men
lot
can't
of
even
men
get
do
full
not
custody
fight
of their
for
kids.
full custody. Men do not get full custody of their kids. They don't.
Listen,
Men are not supposed to. Men are not supposed to have full custody. You're supposed to, you know what I'm saying, have joint custody. Women are supposed to have full custody of the kids.
But what I'm saying is that if a woman
not
has to use
automatically given
government
full
services, she may not be in a position to have that. She may not be in a position to have that child or take care of that child.
But they never
So
wanna
my
let
thing
the
is,
kids
why
grow
don't
up.
a lot of men go get full custody of their children? Because they don't want full custody of their children.
No, because the women never want to let the kids go because they will not get child support. Like that's 1 + 1. I don't know how. Obviously, she's a feminist, so I know why she has that kind of position.
But then complain that the women are making sentiments and statements like this. It's kind of an oxymoron. I'm trying to wrap my brain around that.
it's a headache to even try to go through that process because I know I
Then you don't want it
it'd
that
be-
bad then. All I hear is
It's
excuses.
expensive. It's a
It's
headache.
crazy
And if I'm not
It's
mistaken,
expensive.
most states automatically
not
give full
serious.
custody to the mom.
Yeah.
It's
If I'm not
expensive.
mistaken. So, yeah,
And not only that, the woman has to be like probably the worst.
right.
Worse.
The worst
Worst.
of the worst in order for them to finally say, all right, you know what? Fuck it. We can't hold on to this anymore. Like,
Right, that has to be in extreme cases, which it shouldn't even have to get to that. But I'm pretty sure a few of us on this panel know that there's a bunch of couples that have had children out there, and the woman damn sure knows that the child will be well off with the guy, but they know the court system is set up against the guy, so they're gonna give full custody to the woman, no matter what.
They want
It
child
happens
support.
most of the time.
And it's been
It's
like
set
that
up
for
against the guy.
years,
But y'all make
decades.
the rules though.
That's-
Y'all make the rules.
I don't
Really?
think it works
This is a
that way.
patriarchal society. Y'all make
I don't
the
think
rules
it
and
works that
complain
way.
about it.
Damn,
It
Jessica.
goes down to the
Oh my
old
God.
fashioned. Nobody wants to hear the old fashioned. Don't give him no ass.
Jess.
Don't
We
give
hold
it
the
to
key
him.
to that.
don't
That's
give
the
it
one
to
power
him.
we have is in between
Yeah,
our
it's the
legs.
only power. You give that up. You have no other power. No
But
other
it's the
power.
greatest power on earth, isn't it? Right?
Damn
But we're
right.
messy with it. We're
And it
messy
tastes
with it,
good
and that's
too.
the problem.
I think the argument though that I think that what Jess is saying is like you arguing about like men that have to fight with their hands tied to their back because the women are given full custody automatically. If the women have to fight, they wouldn't fight also because it was exactly what my man said. It costs too much. It's against them. So that argument doesn't make any sense. Why don't? Because your baby mama got to be a crackhead. Like she got to be like trying to actively kill a kid for most guys to be like, all right, you know what? I'm not about to leave my kid over there. But most relationships are not like that. And then everything is majority of the United States government is what? Men paying into shit. Excuse me. But so it's just like your argument about men not fighting is
It's dumb. Like men shouldn't have to fight to see their kids. Like that is one of the dumbest things some women say. Oh, you should go to the courts and fight for custody. Why should I have to fight for my own kids? Instead of using that money to pay lawyers, I could instead, maybe, just maybe, let's pretend we're all dumb, right? Just maybe, instead of having your man, the father of the kids, go to the courts and pay money to the lawyers to fight to sue his kids, maybe you could use that money to care for the kids. Do women ever think about that? That maybe the 10,000, sometimes 15, sometimes even more thousands of dollars, the man is going to waste on lawyers to try to see his kids. He could use that to spend on the kids.
and are handicapped. It's not a fair fight that you're arguing about.
So you're gonna let that stop you from getting your kid being what you was in best
I can
interest?
make another kid.
Because to me it sounds like excuses. Y'all making excuses. You don't want the kid that bad.
I'm not gonna fight you to see my seed though. That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
How you sound, bro? How you sound?
Why does it have to? Why does it have to get to that?
Why do I
That's
have
the
to fight
crazy
you to
part.
see my seed?
Exactly. Doesn't make
Because
sense.
that's your seed. Like what?
I don't have to fight you to see my seed. What are you
Exactly.
talking
The
about?
kid
Why you
came
holding
from
my
me.
seed hostage?
That's so
I'm gonna
stupid.
fight you to see my own child that came from me.
Yeah, that's insane. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
You spend money on
Well,
her.
you should have chose better.
Wait, but you spend money on her to have sex with her. So if you got a kid, why you don't fight to see your kid?
Because I would rather use that money that I have to pay the lawyers to spend on my own kids rather than pay lawyers who don't even really give a fuck about my kids, right? I would rather use that money to actually spend on my own kids, but to have to fight the baby mama in the courts of law who also don't really care about my kids, pay them money, and then at the end of the day, I'm probably going to lose custody to the woman, right? And then still pay child support. Like, that's dumb. I would rather, okay, get your full custody. I'll pay the child support. I'll go make other kids. Like, seriously, this is dumb.
You fought for that ass, didn't you?
Why should a man have to pay thousands and thousands of his hard-earned money, and the odds are completely stacked against him to see his own kid? From my experience,
yeah, but the answer to that is not to not see your kid. You got to do that.
But he doesn't have to fight.
It's like what Teo said. Like, I'm not.
The woman who's in her feelings and her emotions, you got to pay your hard-earned money to see your kid. Thousands of dollars.
But what he's not see your kid?
Shampoo, the argument would make sense if she never relied on the government to take care of that kid. If you said as a woman, oh, since he doesn't want to see the kid, you take the kid, right? Go to London or somewhere. Go start a whole new life. Don't depend on nothing. Then you can make that argument. But if you're actively trying to have the government support, trying to have him pay, it doesn't make, why wouldn't you want him to see his kid?
Yeah, but that could all be true, but it doesn't negate the fact that that's your kid. You know what I'm saying? You stuck. You gotta keep fighting.
I'm not stuck.
Right.
No, I'm not fighting shit. I'll go make other babies. Like, seriously, no man should have to fight to see his own kids. Right? No man. I swear to God, no man should have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars to a lawyer to go see the kids. When you know 99% of the chance is the judge is still gonna award the mother full custody. He's gonna give you a day or two to see your own kids. Like, when you are making babies, they were not there. The lawyer wasn't there. The court system wasn't there when both of you were making the baby. And now you want me to ask them to let me see my own kid when they were not there when I was clapping them cheeks to make the babies? No, fuck no.
I'm not stuck. I think that's the mindset that a lot of the old people have, that you stuck. I'm not stuck. If you don't let me see my kid, that's fine.
Yeah,
my superpowers, I can go make another family.
Exactly.
Like that.
Crazy.
Fact.
Nah, it's true. That's how some people look at it.
I mean,
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
That's what's happening.
You not hurting the kid. You hurting the kid.
It's not so much the same.
And then you'll be crawling back if that kid becomes famous. You'll be like, oh, God.
Nah, we ain't calling shit. If he's famous, he's famous. He has part of my DNA. If he's, because most kids, actually, when most kids grow up, they finally realize their mother wasn't shit. Their mama ain't shit. They will know that the mother was the reason who separated them from the dad. They're the reason why they couldn't see their dad. And kids who are smart finally find out the answers. Oh, so it was my mama, because my mama was saying all this crazy shit about my dad, but actually my dad is a good dad. Most kids will finally look for their dad. The dad can always tell them the truth. Hey, listen, these are the papers, these are the documents. Your mama was trying to fight me. Son, you're going to be a dad too one day. This is what a woman will put you through. So I ain't fighting for shit.
No nigga that's ever crawled back.
But it's like what Taylor said.
What is the likelihood? What's the probability that the kid's gonna make the NBA?
Listen, he's gonna be a loser just like his father. But the bottom line is you have an obligation to try to see your kid. You lay down with that woman and you got her pregnant. You can't.
I'm not arguing that you don't have an obligation. I'm arguing that she doesn't have a right to hide or hold my kid hostage.
Fact.
I'm not fighting nobody for my kid.
Facts.
That's
right.
true.
That's what he's
Or pay
saying
all that
because
money.
we're
You
cut
do
at the
realize
knees.
the people that the girls actually fight for and want to be with are the niggas that don't give a fuck at all.
The problem is when you want to see your kid and you in a relationship like you talking about, and she tries to hold them hostage. The problem is we try to say, please let me see my kid. Why you doing this? My mother always said, act like you don't want to see the kids, and then they'll
That's crazy.
It's not even about acting though.
No, I'm trying to tell you that's
psychology.
Reverse psychology.
I mean,
You gotta use
Yeah, I shouldn't have to play psychological games and mind tricks and shit like that to see my own kids. Or because she doesn't want me to see my kids, let me pretend like as if I don't want to see my kids so she can give me my kids. No, bitch, you either give me my kids or you don't. You don't want to give me my kids? Shit, all right, I'll make more new kids. Once those kids grow up, they will know that their mother once wasn't shit. You know, it is what it is. I don't give a shit. Like, my fathers, please do not fight to see your own kids, because 99% chance you're gonna lose, and then you've spent thousands of dollars in court, and even then you still have to pay child support. It's better off you save the money that you are gonna use to pay a lawyer, because eventually you're still gonna pay child support with that money. Because if she wants you to go to court, chances are she wants child support. So save the money because you're gonna need it for child support. That's what I would say. But anyway, what do you guys think? Let me see. Brandon says, and if she still want to keep messing with the baby daddy while she don't want to be with him. No, she doesn't want to mess with the baby daddy, but she wants the money. It's about the money. Like, that's what I was saying. Like, if a baby mama doesn't want the father to see the kids, most times it's because she wants child support. If not, it's because the baby daddy moved on with a new woman and she's using the kids as bait, as manipulation, as like a tactic to hurt his feelings, because they know fathers actually really care about their kids. Then Brandon says, some fathers want to be back in the kids and mom's life, but the mom love being single. So when they say the American don't want to be with his child, with that woman, that's all right. Brandon, I didn't quite understand what you're saying, but our calm night was right. The only time the biological father would get full custody is if the mother signs over her rights, or she has proven to be unfit and living in an unstable environment. Even then, she has to be in a she has to be like a junkie. You need to provide all types of receipts to you need to provide like lots of, what do you call it, evidence to the courts to be like that she's not fit. Like, you have to do a lot as a man just to prove. Like, it's crazy. I don't even want it. Like, I'll make other kids. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, man, shout out to you guys for being in the channel, in the live stream. Please help me like the video. Everybody, please like the video. Really appreciate you guys for being in here. Let's go to another video. All right, let's go.
Just so we can keep it pushing. Okay, so what's keeping you single? We can come back and analyze all their things that keep them single. So for you, men are too lustful. For you, men are tornadoes and drug use. What about you? What's keeping you single?
I just want to focus on myself and what I have to take care of before I get into a relationship.
Okay, let's go through this then. In your hierarchy of needs or hierarchy of prioritization, go over your top 5 things, because clearly a relationship isn't number 1. So what is it, and where does the relationship fall?
Top 3.
Top 3.
I gave 5 because the men is probably at the bottom.
Okay.
My priorities?
Yeah, your top 3 priorities, yeah.
Okay. Well, God, my money, my family, making sure I have my stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
And men is still not in the top 5.
Okay, so it's all the way at the bottom, right?
Yeah, it's like maybe 12.
Really, nigga? All right, fair. Okay, let me ask you this then. Do you have high standards?
I do have high standards.
So If you have high standards, wouldn't it behoove you to put men at a higher number in the prioritization list?
No.
If you're demanding a certain caliber of man, don't you think they're going to demand something back in return?
And that's why I don't want to be in a relationship right now, because I know the person that is going to pursue me. I want to have myself together because I know I'm going to ask for a lot.
Okay, explain having yourself together in your eyes.
She thinks money, career.
Get my money right.
Okay. Do you? And you're 24 years old. Do you think getting your money right is going to make you a?
I called it. I don't know why women think men are looking at them for the money. They always say, "Oh, I'm single right now because I don't have myself together. I need to get the money." The man who's looking for you, like, they work on things that men don't care about. If she said, "I'm not a good cook yet. I'm trying to learn how to cook." If she says, "I'm not feminine as I want to be." If she said, "I'm not in good shape," but they never mention things men want.
More appealable partner in the future?
It may or may not.
Do you think you have more sexual market value to men now, or later on when you're older and have your money right?
Both. Because I'm gonna be bad still when I'm older.
Okay.
Okay.
Bad looking.
So you think that men have a vested interest in your ability to earn money?
It's not for a man. It's for myself.
Oh, it's for yourself.
Like, it's not because I don't want, why would I want a man that I would have to take care of? Obviously, a man is going to.
So you want a provider?
Yes.
All right.
All
What's
women
the
want
bare
a
minimum that he's got to make for you?
The bare minimum?
Yeah, annual. Or you can say monthly.
I don't think it's a price because there are some men.
Come on, man. You just said money
Okay,
matters. So give me a number.
No, I can't give you a number because there are men that have it and still won't do it. Then you have men that don't have it and will do it.
What will do it for you, lifestyle wise? 100K, 200K a year,
50K, 60K.
What is he might be watching right now. You never know.
Yeah, never know.
If you have high standards, there's got to be some type of range that you have.
You never know.
Yeah, never know.
I just don't think it's a number.
All right, so yachts. Every weekend.
She's lying because every woman has a number. But women have learned that if they say 6 figures, the men are gonna crush her. But she has a number. If I told her I have $1 million or I make $1 million a year, she would say yeah. She would say yeah. So she has a number. She's lying.
What's up? Like clubs every
somebody
day?
Somebody who can afford to live in Miami.
Yeah. Like what's up? Like what state?
It could be Miami. It could be New York. It can be wherever.
Oh, it's in New York, Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Oh,
so let me be very blunt about this. This is why we've had arranged marriages for so long, because women are fucking stupid. This is precisely the problem with modern day women. You want a higher caliber guy that's attractive, that checks off a bunch of boxes. However, he's not even in your list of boxes in your prioritization. So let me get this straight. If someone dunks your head underwater, right? What's the first thing that you're going to try to do? You're going to fight to try to get up so you can get some oxygen, right? You're going to fight tooth and nail to get that oxygen. People only do things when they need to do it, all right? If you only want to do it, you're not going to do what's required to get it, right? If someone is diabetic and they know they're going to die, all of a sudden they're going to start eating healthy, watch their sugar intake, watch their calories, exercise, all these different things. But if you only want to do it, well, are you going to still stick to the diet plan? Are you still going to go to the gym and train hard? Probably not. And the problem with modern day women is you guys only want men. You don't need men. And then they're at the bottom of the prioritization list. So here's my thing. Let's say you do find this guy, checks all the boxes, right? Why the hell is he going to pick you when you're talking about getting your money right and focusing on yourself when you can go get with a girl who's going to make him the priority? And this is just this is comical to me because women want a top tier guy, but you guys are not willing to pay the top tier price for said guy. And what makes it even more ludicrous is that there's a lot of you, there's not a lot of him. And
they never realize that until they're like, no, these days they're not even 40, until they're like 45 and 50. Now some don't, some still stay in that mindset that, you know what, I still want a guy who makes 6 figures, I still want a guy who's gonna accept me for the way I am and things like that. They never think, you know what would a man who I want from a woman? They don't care what men want from them, they only care what they want from a man. Crazy.
I think women understand like how common you guys are because we blow smoke up your asses to make you guys think that you're special, but you guys really aren't, man.
Common.
Like, this is why arranged marriages were such a thing, because women are so fucking dumb that they're not able to figure out, hey, you have a finite amount of time to find a guy. Right now you're at your peak. By the time you're getting your money right, you're not going to be as hot. There's going to be a girl that's going to be 21 that has less bad habits, isn't as jaded, is going to submit to me, is going to follow my lead, is going to be problematic. And quite frankly, I don't give a fuck about her career. So why is a guy who has his shit together going to get with an older woman who's rambunctious, that makes her own money, is going to talk back to him, be fucking used and abused, have all this jaded background from men that have fucked her up before? Why would he deal with that?
And he doesn't have to.
Exactly.
And that's the beauty of it. And I think that that's what we're realizing, that
really
we're not making you guys a priority because we do not want to.
So here's the thing.
We do not want.
I agree with what she's saying. They don't want to. They don't care. Because how many times have men said, what do you bring to the table? And as soon as a man says, what do you bring to the table? They're like, oh, you must be gay. You must be sassy. You must like men. How dare you say what I bring to it? I'm the table. I'm the prize. They don't care. Well, number one, they're not taught what to give to a man. Most of them came from single mother households. So if they didn't see their own mother treat a man nicely, cook for a man, do things for a man, if they didn't see it in the house, it's going to be very hard for women to learn over time. You know, it's really, really hard. It's not as, you may think it's easy that, hey, a woman should know that a man wants a woman who can cook. But if she has never seen a woman in her life, you know, cook a meal for a man from scratch, she's going to be like, how dare, obviously with the Cardi B's and the Nicki Minaj's and the Beyonce, and that's all these songs, the Megan Stallion of independent, you know, just popping the cheeks up and left and right, the WAP songs, all that influences their mindset. But it's like, it takes some kind of hard work and looking in the mirror and realizing, you know what, I want a man of this type, of this caliber. He needs something from me. Can I give it to him? Or maybe some of them realize they can't give the man what he wants, so they just give up.
Be with you guys.
If you're not going to make men,
because you guys are always saying that, you know.
Stop for 2 seconds.
Let me just finish right quick though. Like, you guys are always saying that you're cheating.
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
You did it to him?
Yeah.
No, you do it to him.
You're like, and this
I was just talking.
And that's the problem. You're just talking. You're not listening, right? I'm telling you
Go ahead.
men, we expect certain things from women, but the thing is that our standards aren't as high as you guys. So it's easier for us, especially if we're attractive, to replace you. Okay. But I just find it crazy to me how, like, women want a relationship, they want a top tier guy, but they're not willing to put in the work to get said top tier guy. If you only want it, you're probably not gonna get it because you need it to get that caliber guy. Or
Can I ask a question?
Or you in the beginning, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, they're fucking broke or they don't have their shit together. So you're gonna have to either settle on a lower status guy or fix your priorities, put a top tier guy at the top of your priority list, and then acclimate to him. But most women don't want to do that. You guys want to have your career, you guys want to be hoes, you want to live your life, you want to go ahead and put off marriage and a family. That's fine, but don't expect me to come down the road and fucking rescue you.
It's not happening. It's a reason why men. It's a reason why males and females were created to be on Earth, to need one another.
Of course,
we cannot exist on Earth apart.
And we're not equal.
Then we're not equal.
We're not equal. We're not supposed to be equal. No one says we're equal.
The problem
That's
is
silly in itself.
The problem is the women before now understood men, right? So women.
If they understood what's told.
If a woman, no, she understood men, because a woman, if she heard a man cussing, she would not go back and forward with a cussing man. She already know he has a nasty mouth, so she wouldn't even speak in his presence. He might call her a bitch. Today's women will speak in the presence of a filthy mouth man and get offended by being disrespected. You already heard he's a disrespectful man, so why engage him? Today's women didn't go back and forward with a man. They listen. Because how can you conquer that if you're not hearing what he's telling you? He'll tell you how to beat him. If you listen to him, he'll tell you how to beat him. So most women sat and listened and allowed things to happen so she can have leverage. Why you think Hillary Clinton didn't leave Bill? And all of a sudden she became powerful.
Yeah, I just, like, my thing is, it's just crazy to me how women, right, will put men at, like, the bottom of the priority list and then still expect the top tier guy and have high standards.
Yeah,
if you're going to put men at the bottom of the priority list and you're going to focus on yourself, well, be prepared to be disappointed by the men that come into your life.
That's single.
Because guys that have their shit together, they're like, yo, you need to follow what I do. Who cares about your career and all this other shit? Like, but if you want to, you know, put your career in place or wait until you know, find a guy when you're older, unfortunately, the men you're going to attract are not going to be the highest caliber guys that you want. So you got to pick one. You want to have a career and, you know, wait until later on in life, you might not get the top guy, because as you get older, your sexual market value goes down. And inversely, as the guy gets older, his sexual market value goes up. So
it goes up if the man's sexual market value goes up if his money is right. So guy, I'm just letting you know, just because you're getting older and getting bored like me, if the money isn't right, women still don't care. She will still choose. That's why women prefer older, rich men. Keyword, rich men. Yes, they're older, but they're rich, rather than deal with the pretty young broke men. Now they will have them on the side for sure, but long term, once they realize they're tired of the streets or they want to settle down. When you hear a woman talking about settling, she wants to settle down, she's tired of playing games, she's ready to commit, most likely she wants a rich guy to provide.
So what is a market woman for you in the sense of, since you're using that verbiage?
What is it? What? A market woman?
Yeah, when you're saying that even if a man has
you mean like a high
together,
sexual market value female?
Yeah, so you're saying that if a man
18
has
to
all that
24
and a
doesn't
woman is
talk too
waiting,
much, not annoying. She's quiet, only speaks when spoken to, doesn't embarrass him in front of his friends, acts like has feminine tendencies. The problem is that women are too masculine nowadays. And this comes from feminism. This comes from you guys pursuing money. This comes from you guys pursuing education. And look,
Chris,
I understand. Yeah, education does masculinize you, yeah.
I disagree, but keep going.
No, I think it does. I agree. Because we have the ability to communicate and say something back.
No, because some people you need to learn certain things.
Why are you going to school? You're going to school. Most people don't go to school just to go to school. They're going to school to be educated, to go ahead and pursue a career, which puts you in a competitive marketplace, which is inevitably going to make you, is going to masculinize you to a degree. Now, right, does this mean every single girl? No, but what I am saying is that women of today are far more masculine than women of 1955. The women of 2025 act more like men than the women in 1955.
I agree with that. I agree with that in a sense. But
don't
when
you think there's a necessity there for some people?
So let me ask you this. So, like, why should a guy work his ass off, acquire resources, go to the gym, build himself up, etc., to get a woman that's going to be half as feminine as a woman 50 years ago?
That's what I was asking you in the sense when you said that when a man has his stuff together, shit together, but quality of a woman fits in where, in a sense of she shouldn't have to do certain things, or she shouldn't have to put in qualifications for what it is that she's doing versus you being the man.
Well, God,
I don't really understand her question.
God created the woman to be the helpmate. So once she goes to get a career, where's my helpmate at? So when she go get a career, what about our babies, our kids? We didn't decide to make a baby together.
Okay.
Who gonna raise them?
But why did she have to get that career? She needed to help her husband,
no.
right?
Let me
At some point.
let me just take a job.
No. They don't go to school to get degrees to help men. They do it for themselves. Remember, they're independent and strong and don't need no man. That came from somewhere, clearly. And that's the crazy part. They go to school, get the degrees, get the money, and still want men to provide and save their money. Yo, that's like the biggest scam any man can take on. Like, you're going to take on a woman who went to school to get a degree. She has a career. Let's say you find her making like $200,000. But when you find her making all this money, she wants you to now start paying her bills. Because if she's making $200,000, her lifestyle is probably up here. So you're going to come in. Let's say you make around the same. Now you're going to be the provider because you are a real man. But in the meantime, it doesn't mean she's going to stop working and stay home, cook your meals and take care of the kids. No, remember, she's still strong. She went to school for all these degrees, so she's probably going to keep working. What happens is they want you to come in, pay the bills, they're going to work and save their money. And anytime they can divorce you, still want half of your shit, but they still save their money the whole time. That's a scam to me. I mean, that sounds like a casino kind of type shit.
Most women went and got the education and the career for freedom and to have a voice to be seen as an equal.
Yep. Freedom or lack thereof that wasn't being done.
I think it was a more necessity. Like, if you have to provide, or if maybe he's ill, something happens at home, you need to help.
Our grandparents had 15, to help the family. Our grandparents had 15, 16 kids. In two-bedroom households. So when the woman has to go to work, who's raising the family? We no longer have a family.
That's true.
So your nature is to be in the family.
I think a lot of women nowadays want to stay home, but I think a lot of men don't
want
They
to
don't
be
have the
sole
ability.
provider. They
That's not
want to
true.
do 50
Sometimes it can be hard, right?
Some can be.
Women don't
So
want to
if
think.
he's trying his best,
So past survival
That's
though.
okay.
So why did you let me get you pregnant then?
cannot.
So why did you let me get you pregnant then?
Touche.
You let me get you pregnant.
I'm not talking about the
No.
to that part. I'm talking about just dating.
Hold on. No. Listen. See, this is what I'm hearing. We're getting away from the origins of man and woman. Man was created to do one thing. Woman was created to do another thing with a nature. Why are we going against our nature?
And per se, what was a man built to do, and what was a woman built to do?
I think you're absolutely right.
So let's go back to
Adam and Eve.
There you go.
The man, the woman, we all have our place.
God gave man an identity before he had a woman. Not only that, he had a job and an assignment. Be fruitful, be dominion, and multiply with instructions. He had the woman to help him do this. Today's women don't want her man out there. She wants it
doesn't
in
want the
here.
helpmate.
No. She wants to control his nature. Where
I
you
don't
going?
wanna
Where you
control
been? She wants to control his nature.
Right.
And she wants to compete with him.
Right.
So she's not in her nature, because today's women focus more on what men do and what women do. You don't cook, you don't clean, so you're not doing what women do. You're competing with men.
Wait,
That's facts, man. Shout out to Myron and Charleston White. Shout out to you guys in the chat. I see my usual. I see Brandon is in here. Evo 80 back in here. Mr. Isaac is in here. The lovely Miss Mariam is back in the building. Isaac, what's up, my G? Who else? Who else is in the chat? Evo 80, I just made you one of my moderators in the chat, but we have another video to go through, so lock in, man. Just like the video, like the video. Give me 5 more likes so I play the next video and we go through it. Shout out to you guys, everybody in the chat. I have the next video lined up. I have the next video from No Fugazi. Yes. No Fugazi. All right, let me see who else is in the chat. Mr. Akam was the first. Akam was the first one in the chat. Anyway, let's go to the next video. All right, give me 1 second. All right, let's go.
To keep the society going. So to answer the question, a woman's duty is to have kids,
That's what
but
it
she
should
doesn't
be.
have to have kids because she has the freedom
So then maybe
of
you
choice.
should, maybe you should reward
No,
your
listen,
question.
Priscilla, this is the first. It's not my question. It's a super chat question. This is the first time. Yeah. This is the first time we just gave a should. See how we just gave that should, but throughout the conversation, I've never gave a should. I was just like breaking it down for you to give you some understanding. But fair enough. Good back and forth, Priscilla. I like the energy. Let's.
You're about to throw the mic to the side and be like, what you talking about?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you pretty much cleared it up.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to her standpoint of the back in the day stuff, which is men are providers, women are nurturers. We can go all the way back to Bible times.
Right.
And then I understood what he was saying as far as, I mean, I feel like what they did past tense is, but also by saying that choices, there are consequences. Like,
Exactly.
I understand what everybody is saying, so I don't necessarily feel like anybody was wrong. But I think that because of the reality of the world, we are supposed to
or
procreate,
self-experiences.
but we have men in a lot of families who are lacking.
That's true.
And we got to continue to make babies for, men who are stronger. And then we just, I mean, it's just like she said, it's just based off a family. So it literally boils all the way back to what she was saying in the beginning, where everything is based off the household. It's still going to go back to nature versus nurture, based off somebody raised, based off of you may be in a household where you're weak, and he was raised in a household where the woman was strong or the family was strong. So it's just, so I mean, I'm just saying, I kind of agree with everybody.
I guess it was more like of a general, not individualized.
Yes,
like, this man is stronger, but this man is. It was more like, generally speaking, women have a duty, although it's not written in law. But generally speaking,
now what happens with men from that point?
So that's our duty for society,
literally.
Right.
And that's what I said we're the nurturers.
Yeah, and I was saying that.
And the guys hold the family. They are the providers, and because they're the head of the house. They're the head of households. You feel me? So I feel like, with that being said, I feel like men are the providers. They should be the ones to hold it down, and us women are the ones that generally are supposed to take care of the household and be the nurturers.
What's that word you said men are what? Push princesses or something? What'd you say?
No, I spoke in general, but I also spoke about how majority of men are nowadays. You feel me? They're passenger princesses.
Passenger
Nah, majority of men these days are just tired of being taken advantage over. I honestly believe, this is my belief, that most men want to be providers, right? Most men, once they find a woman they really like, they will go over the top. They want to buy her these. Even a man who has no money will try to spend his last dollar on a woman. Most men want to be providers to women. But the number one thing they complain about is women don't appreciate it. They don't show appreciation. Instead, they show expectation and entitlement. It's like, oh, you're supposed to provide to me for me because you're a man. And men are like, how swear? Like, you can't, I'm not, because most men don't even ask women to cook. Mind you, most men don't even have the guts to ask their women to cook. But they know at the back of their mind they're the ones supposed to be providers. Most men want to be providers. It's just that women are so entitled and they don't appreciate men like that.
Your princess.
That goes back to
and it's sad because going back to what you said. So I mean, some guys come from a household where they're kind of more like on a feminine level, so they feel like like that. And then we have men that are the men that come from a strong household where the father was present in their life probably, and their mom showed them that you are the man and you're supposed to be
father
this.
was present.
Let's move it right along now. Let's get your take on this conversation, Sandra. So two-pronged question. What are women's duties in a relationship? You can answer that one first.
In your opinion, this is
my opinion.
Yes, and speak it to the mic, please.
I'm an old school.
So speaking to the mic, please.
No.
So in your opinion, what do you think a woman's duty is in a relationship?
Let's
take care of the house and take care of the man.
Okay.
How?
And
how?
Be protected from him.
See how easy that was?
That's all like.
Look, take care of the house, take care of the man. Do your duty, woman. Shut up and cook me some food and fold my laundry, woman. And you know what? I like it folded like how they fold the laundry at Gucci. When they flip it over there and flip it that way.
That's fancy. I like that.
I want the
like
Gucci fold. Don't be giving me that Walmart fold either.
And don't buy me no
right.
Walmart clothes. Buy me the Gucci.
Walmart is crazy nowadays.
Walmart is OD.
They're
okay,
OD,
Sandra.
yeah.
Now, can you answer the question? What is the woman's duty in society?
They don't know.
So generally, like women as a whole, what do you think that women should do
for society? In your opinion?
Nothing.
Two things. What do you think that women should do for society? Or you don't have to give your should. You can say what women are currently doing in society.
Yeah.
Okay. Amiga, ¿me puede traducir? Ellos quieren saber cuál es la obligación de una mujer en la sociedad. Y si tú no puedes contestar esa pregunta, ellos quieren saber qué es lo que están haciendo las mujeres ahora en la sociedad.
Como su obligación.
Sí. Mariam, can you translate in the chat? Mariam is Latina. She can translate for us in the chat. Mariam, translate for us in the chat.
Hey, don't call me the B word.
No.
¿Qué?
So, ¿entendiste la pregunta, amiga? No. So, ¿cuál, en tu opinión, cuál es la obligación de la mujer ahora? Y si tú no tienes una respuesta a esa, ¿qué es lo que las mujeres están haciendo ahora?
Okay, what she said.
Entiendo.
Lo que ella dijo.
Un poquito.
En la sociedad.
I understood a little bit.
Me and Orange. You know what I'm saying?
Me and Orange. You try.
Well,
you
I
try.
think woman has to take care of yourself
Okay.
and her family, and if she's married, take care of the husband also,
Okay.
and just
I got a question for you. Would you say that the same duties that the woman have in a relationship is the same duties that she should have for society?
no.
No. So what would be different?
Like, so what should a woman do for society that she's not doing for her relationship or for her household?
Hold other women
Or that she doesn't
accountable.
have to do in her relationship or for her house.
Yeah.
Or for her house. What should she do for the world that
what should
should
women do for the world?
that she
That she
doesn't
isn't-
necessarily have to do for her house, for her relationship?
And
No sé cómo decirlo.
Dilo en español y yo lo traduzco. Dilo en español, amiga.
tell us her
Dímelo.
opinion.
Dilo. Espérate.
Dice, espérate.
You wanna say it in Spanish?
You can
And
say
then-
it in
No,
Spanish.
I know, pero es que estoy confundida.
So, la pregunta es, ok, so nosotros como mujeres tenemos obligaciones en la casa.
Me permites que se la... En este mundo fuimos hechas para hacer qué? ¿Qué es?
Guys, is it just me? But is it when Latina women are speaking, it's just something sexy about it? Guys, am I tripping? I can't be the only one. Now, when they're speaking like that, not when they go crazy. We know what happens when they go crazy, like they raise their voices. But when they're speaking that nice and soft, there's something about it. I can't be the only one. I can't be the only one who finds that sexy, guys. You gotta vouch for me, man. I'm not crazy. Evo 80, Isaac. I can't be the only one who finds that sexy, man. I can't be the only one. No way. There's just something about it. I mean, I'm just saying. Hold on, guys. All right, let me play another video. Just give me 1 second. Because if Mariam could come up, could join me, maybe she could translate for us. And then I'll play that again. All right.
Women who are married don't have sex. Just don't have sex with guy. That's what I hear. No, I'm just saying, like, that's an example.
Women that are married.
Yeah, like from
Have sex with.
like for example, from me going to church, and then the women that are in church that are married or whatever, they'll say like, don't get if you dating somebody, abstain from having sex. Abstain, whatever the word is.
Until you get
Abstain.
married.
Until you get married. Yeah.
Because I'm like, why would
Whatever. Y'all don't do this to me right now. Which word is it?
why would married women be saying?
No, they're saying basically that you have better chance if you're dating someone, you'll have a better chance of that man proposing to you even sooner if you hold back from giving him sex early.
That's bullshit.
And so again,
Been proven though.
yeah, and I think that that's true, but can everybody
think it's
do it?
bullshit.
Because you can know in your mind, all right, if I don't give it to him, chances are like, all right, he's
Not
gonna
gonna see him again.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's you. Now then there's gonna be another man that's like, oh shoot, like she not that kind of girl. Like I really respect that about her, certain things. And then that's gonna be the person that
So she's
that man
faking it.
decides that's the person that I trust. I don't want no hoe. I want to be with her, blah, blah, blah.
And that's gonna be the guy you don't want.
Facts.
That part.
Oh my goodness. See, it's all different.
But think about it. The guy you don't want is the one that's gonna play that game with you.
And he's
That's
gonna
not
wait
always
around.
true.
for
See, that's
sex.
not fair.
What I don't think it is
not
that is
fair.
fair about that is because there have been times that we've gotten on this same couch and say like women should be free to do whatever they want and not be looked as a whole. Like they should be able to have sex after the first date, just like guys, and still be a good candidate. So for you to think that a guy would more likely
propose to you or make you his wife because you didn't have sex with him on the first date. I don't want a guy that thinks like that.
Right.
That thinks like, okay, well, she had sex with me, so she's a hoe. So I don't want her.
If you sleep with me on the first night, I'm gonna think you're a hoe. I might want to keep you, but I'm still gonna think you're a hoe.
I disagree.
That doesn't mean I'm not gonna fuck with you. That does not mean I'm not gonna rock with you. That does not mean I'm not gonna get to know you. But I am going to feel that your action are hoish ass act.
Yeah.
I disagree with that premise. You know why? Because very few men can actually get women to sleep with them on the first date, on the first night. That's why for me, if a woman sleeps with a guy on the first date, it doesn't mean she's a whore, in my opinion. Because it doesn't mean, because most men can barely get a date. So if she's sleeping with you on the first date, you did something right. She likes you that much. Because when she doesn't like you, you will know. She will make you wait 100,000 days. I'm telling you. So for him to think that because a woman slept with him on the first night, she's a whore, that's a mindset to me for men who don't really get pussy like that. I'm gonna be honest.
Actions.
Because how often do you do that too? And then on top of that, like you said, this is why I'm saying like everybody's feelings are different. Because for me, like if he feels that way, or if he voices that, you know, he doesn't like women who are basically fast, I'm gonna find that very attractive. So again, we're two different women. You get what I'm saying?
Wait. Let me.
So if he says that he doesn't like women that are fast,
Like if he, you know, I can appreciate a man who's disciplined or who doesn't he's not like every other man. At the end of the day, that's just me.
Not him being disciplined. That's him wanting his girl to be disciplined, and that would not attract
him being
me
disciplined too.
more to him, because all I see is you judging a woman, or you thinking that you know what is right for a woman to do and what is wrong for a woman to do.
So how I see it is, he just has his preference. He doesn't want a woman who's gonna bust it open on the first night.
No, I gotta say, if I'm dating,
Because he's also not having sex.
if I'm
with
dating,
me.
With you.
I don't want to say, I'm not gonna say you, but if I'm dating a woman and she tells me, "Hey, I don't want to have sex. I want you to wait," I'm gonna tell you my first thought. I'm just waiting to fuck a hoe. She just got me waiting. Because why you gotta tell me that? Your action's gonna let me know you know what it's gonna be. But that means you got fucked so many times.
Oh shit.
No, but that's the but
You
it doesn't,
need to give me a motherfucking, what's that thing called?
but it doesn't have to be a conversation. I'm just saying, if you guys have a great night,
Warning.
if you guys have a great night, it doesn't. I'm not saying it has to be a conversation. I'm just saying, for example, if you don't try me on the first night, if you're not aggressive, I respect that. I've loved that about a man. Like, oh, like he is not pressed for pee.
Told you.
That's not true. That's not true, because so many guys have not tried to touch a woman, have not tried to kiss a woman, and then women say, "Oh, he must be gay. Oh, he's a lamb. Oh, he's such a pussy. Oh my God, he's not confident. He didn't even try to kiss me." Like, men can't win. If you try to be a good man, if you try to be a gentleman, you don't try to touch her, you don't try to do anything, you're a lamb. If you try to do something, oh, you're aggressive. If she says no and you give up right away, oh, you should have tried harder. If you try harder, oh, assault, he made me do it. It's like, so men are like, you know what, fuck, because this is a game. I'm not about to play a game with you. Like, how are you making me wait when you didn't make the other guys before me wait? So they were not good enough. You didn't make them wait, but you see husband material in me and you want me to wait? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, it's okay. I will wait, as long as when we go on dates, we go 50-50. I will start paying fully on dates once we get married. How about that? Most women are not gonna take that deal.
I love a man that's not pressed for pee.
We were just talking about it. We were just talking about like not.
That's cool, but I mean,
Especially because we're both on the date, so we already have the attraction there. So
right,
it's most likely going to happen as long as you don't say nothing stupid or do something stupid.
And
so
then on top of that, right, and then on top of that, you said that's probably not the guy you want. For me, I can't stand no thirsty dude that's like. And then on top of that, like, what you got going on? How many girls are you doing this with? You got money, so you think that you could just keep going, like you said, going out on dates with mad girls, spending mad money just because you like, that's not attractive.
They say that.
Me. And again, I don't think that if a man says
attractive to you, but this is the same guy who gets 4, 5, 6 dates every month,
But
as
he's
many
most
as
likely
he.
not disclosing that he's going on 4, 5, 6 dates.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it's not supposed to be attractive to you. He's not letting you know that.
What if he is? Are you going to go out with him again, or do you look at him differently?
That depends on what you want from that relationship. If you want a husband, that's not your husband.
If I want a man in general, I just don't want any man that's trying to talk to me to be thirsty. Like, you're thirsty. If you're thirsty with me, you're thirsty with everybody.
Why would he be thirsty? He got plenty of water. He's dating a lot of different women.
What is so hard to comprehend? I am literally saying that me, Jada, J now, me. I don't like him. I like a man who is disciplined and just says that he does not want a fast woman, and he's not trying to be thirsty on the first date. Trying to.
If a man has any sense, he already knows not to be thirsty.
And respectful.
He already knows how to be respectful.
And withhold, like, not
Alan,
feel like.
I'm not gonna lie. You are talking about a disciplined man, but let's not lie and act like there aren't men out there that even if he has 4, 5, 6 women, in every one of those dates, he's acting thirsty.
Okay, I can see it.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some men like that, but those are usually younger men. If they're older men, then they usually just don't know how the game goes. But after a man who has had some experience with women, he's not really going to be, you're not going to be pressed. Because you know what they say, the saying of how are you chasing a woman? And at the end of the day, you're literally chasing someone who's going to make you pay their bills. So some men, the older you get, you're like, it's not worth it chasing a woman because you're literally chasing somebody to pay their bills. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So after some time, as a man, by the time you reach 35, 40, you shouldn't be as thirsty if you've had some experience with women. Because it's like, if she's into you, you don't even have to be thirsty. She's going to be hands all over you and shit like that.
Only reason I can see it is because
Me, he's acting thirsty with the other women.
yeah, I can see it because
With every woman.
No,
like he's trying to get sex from all of them.
Yeah.
Well, he
There's
can get
nymphos.
sex from all of them, but
what
yeah,
happens is like he's
making it known that he
feels
wants to
entitled.
have sex.
Like
with you.
Jada says, he got bread. You know what I'm saying? He could get girls, at least on the surface. And so he feels entitled. Like he feels like, oh, I just took you out to eat
Right.
at Budokan.
We're about to do this.
You know, my car smells good. Let's fuck.
Yeah.
And he doesn't
impressed.
read the signals.
And he already has like a trail of women, so it's like I don't have to try too hard to respect you
Yeah.
or do too much to impress you because we already here. I already took
Right.
you out to dinner. Like I did this.
But a guy like that is very transactional. A guy like that doesn't really have any, not discipline. He doesn't have any
A moral compass. Morals, like you just.
He doesn't have any direction.
Yeah, he's a lost person.
Yeah.
He's very lost.
My point exactly. I don't want no lost man.
You know what I'm saying? So he's
That's what I was
very
saying.
lost.
That's not your husband.
Husband, boyfriend, boo, none of that.
He does.
But how do women know who's their husband if they were not taught by their father, their mother, if their parents were not married? How would they know? Because for some reason, women claim females' intuition, but they're always complaining how men are not good men. It's like, if you're such a smart and you know everything about who's a good man and who's not a good man, how come they always reject a good man? You know what I mean? To be honest, a woman's definition of a good man and a husband is crazy shit. Because to women, a good man should have money. It doesn't mean just because you don't commit crime, Evil Eddie, just because you say hi to everybody who passes near you, just because you feed the homeless, right? Just because you care about the elderly, just because, you say good morning to everybody. If you don't have money to take her to Cancun 3 times a year, she doesn't think you're a good man. So maybe I shouldn't really take what they're saying seriously when they claim that's not your husband. How would they know who a husband looks like if they're not taught? Like, it's not like men walk around with posters of husband on their foreheads. But I gotta say, this woman, she looks good. I know she has the makeup and shit like that, but she looks good. And the fact that she doesn't have the crazy weave like the one on the other side, I'll give her props to that. But a shout out to 8 at the table. So I got another video for you guys. Give me 1 second. It's a video I wanted to play. Okay, I see it. I did that. All right. We're gonna go all the way to Lapif. I may join Lapif on Tuesday, just to let you know. But I'll post like a post on my community tab in case I'm to join Lapif, or I'll just share it on my I already did this video on my own. You guys saw the video about DNA, but Lapif reacted to this. They're gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna review it. Hold on, just give me 1 second. No, that's not the Lapif I wanted. Where's the Lapif I wanted? Give me 1 second. This is the Lapif video I wanted to play. Guys, like the video, support your boy. We in here on this nice Thursday. Let me see what you guys are up to in the chat. Oh, you guys are talking IT jobs and trade jobs. That's cool. That's cool. All right, next video. All the way from Lapif. This one's funny. So get ready. All right, here we go.
You made a really, really good statement that I liked a lot, which was we're judging people based off of who they are after the trauma. But we have to like remember, so something about like remembering who they were, like, and where you came from before the trauma. And then you equated it to, it's like judging a child after the assault, right? So if you understand that and you could make that great comparison, then it should be super easy to understand why, when we look at it statistically, how many women have been assaulted and now they don't take sex seriously, but they still take their emotions seriously. So they will sleep with you and then be like, no, I don't trust you. I don't really know anything about you, because that is what it is for most women in most cases.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but that, by you saying that, you're saying that most women have been abused. I think a lot of women have, but I don't think that's every woman's experience. Some women can grow up with great, because some people grow up with great parents, and most of the most promiscuous women is not always the ones who didn't have the right parents. Sometimes it's always the briefest kids.
To do with
because we're talking about, you brought up trauma, right? An example you brought up was she was the girl was abused. What I'm saying is, I was giving an example of how you can grow up in an ideal scenario where you're not abused. You might have two good parents, that you wasn't exposed to no abuse, and still carry yourself a certain way with your body. So even though I believe that's true what you said, but it's not always the case why women give their body up. Some women are just promiscuous, and some women are just like that. It's not just because they've been abused. Some of them just don't value their body, like some men don't value their body. Like, it's not always an abuse thing. Like, it's just bad decision making.
That's true. They always use trauma and mental health as an excuse. But when a man says, I have trauma, that's why I'm broke, they're like, oh, I don't want to deal with you. But they want a man to deal with a woman who has been for the streets because of trauma.
I'm not going to say that it's not bad decision making and that people just have a habit of not caring sometimes. But I mean, the number is 1 in 4. So that is a lot. It's 4 of us on here right now that are women. So that means at least one of us has to have been through some type of sexual assault, rape, or trauma, right? Well, damn. So, because I was gonna be like,
75% of y'all? Shit.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's a.
I mean,
big
what
number.
about the numbers of men who don't even talk about it? So you can't even assess what happens to men because that's not even spoken about. So what we're only
Right.
assessing
Well,
is
that's
the
what I'm
women
saying.
that are
From
willing
where
to
it
talk.
comes from.
We're assessing the women that are willing to talk and willing to speak their piece to tell you what even happened. That's for one. For two, you're under assumption that everything they tell you about what happened to them is the truth. That's another
Facts.
category. 3, you don't even know what men go through or what amount of data that men have accumulated from them being abused by a male or a woman because it's not even spoken of. So to
Yeah,
talk
they don't say it. So their numbers are high. So a lot of women don't even report, right?
Men don't report at
So
all.
the numbers that we currently have are actually even higher than that. And
Probably.
it's higher for guys too, because you're less
and
likely.
that's a fact, but you see how the woman trauma was even taken, the man's trauma wasn't even considered.
Fact.
Is what I'm saying. It's not even considered in the conversation.
That's true. Like when they do some crazy shit, they're for the streets for 20 years. They're like, oh, my trauma, my past trauma. Oh my God, just marry me anyway. Okay, I let Evil Eddie and I let Isaac clap them cheeks and run a train on me. But just give me a chance. I'm gonna be a good wife. It was trauma. But when a man says he had some trauma, they're gonna be like, oh no, yeah, man, figure it out. It's like they pick and choose when they want to have excuses for being for the streets. That's not fair.
I had to interject. I had to break it to it.
It never is.
Well, but I think that's what you're supposed to do.
Because men are more likely
nobody was about to interject the point that I just made. I interjected it. If men want their trauma to be talked, it's like I'm not going to speak for men because I'm not a man, so I can't bring up your stuff. I'm bringing up what I think is relevant for the women's side. So the point of this conversation is for you to bring the same way that if people felt
no, guys, I know I wanted to. She's gonna keep talking. I'm gonna play the video, but the point of the conversation should be we should stop using trauma as an excuse. We don't want to just talk. We want solutions. Talking about trauma doesn't solve the trauma. Talking about the trauma doesn't mean you're going to move past the trauma. What are the solutions? What are the steps you're taking to be a better person? That's what we want.
We didn't talk enough about the Asian perspective. Put an Asian person on here to talk about it because I'm not going to preach for them.
But you see how you say Asian person? You didn't say Asian male or female, and therein lies the problem. When it comes to other races, they speak on behalf of the people. When it comes to black people, they speak on. Women say, "Well, hey, I got to speak for women," and men say, "Hey, I got to speak for women." Men, that's the problem. We need to speak for people. It shouldn't matter what it is. Abuse is abuse. Mistreatment is mistreatment. Women should speak up for men, and men should speak up for women. Because women are always telling men to speak up. They say believe all women. That's something they speak to everybody. So they're telling everybody to listen to us. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is men and women should speak up for men and women. Wrong is wrong. It shouldn't be a gender thing. The responsibility should not be on individuals. And I think that's what's wrong with our people. We have this narcissistic view when it comes to talking. We need to speak on behalf of trauma, period. When it comes to men, it's just you should speak for men. But when it comes to women, we all should believe and we all should listen to women. We all should speak up for women.
But you notice even when women say that, even if you read some of the comments, and a lot of times this is why women withhold, is because one, you're not believed because they'll take the 1 or 2 women that lied, right? And then it impacts everybody else's story, right? Or just even, how.
Yeah, but those 1 or 2 women who lie get men in prison for life. Like Diddy, he was going to go to prison for life because they lied on his ass. So those 1 or 2 women who lie and they enjoyed it, like Cassie, get men in trouble. So that's why most men don't want to believe that shit because they see what happens when they find out it's a lie, nothing happens to the woman.
We seem like women, you know, twerking, but the majority of women aren't twerking, but those women are the ones that get highlighted. They're all women, right? So when women do speak up, like it'll say, oh, look, they're actually in here now. I ain't gonna even call them out, but like say that when she gave the example of, you know, trauma happens and, you know, it shows up in different ways, that some of the comments was like, okay, here we go with the excuses, right? But I think that's where sometimes the problem lies, is that women are given examples and it's taken as by men seen as an excuse for, as opposed to an explanation of. So just like earlier when we were talking about men and their masculinity and over masculinity based on when I brought up, well, historically, there's a reason for that, right? Everybody was on board with that. But then as a woman saying that, well, trauma and it could lead to this, the response is, nope, she's just a hoe. Some women are just hoes. Some women are just promiscuous.
That's
true. So you see how the difference in accepting explanations.
I see what you're trying to say, and I respect it. But I think as a whole, we can say for the most part in our lifetime, women and children's issues have been always dealt with a sensitivity in general.
Facts.
It was always that way. Women have always been dealt with kid gloves. Everybody had to know what's going on with women, more so than men. The problem is when women make these examples, not like tonight, because tonight she didn't do that. But I'm saying, and a lot of times when women point out examples of women getting mistreated, it's always an example of somebody who is a horrible example of that. They're always trying to use a celebrity female or some woman who's using a salacious way to get paid as an example to validate their point instead of just some everyday life stuff. They just use the wrong examples to further their point. It'd be women that's out for money, or like, it's just, to me, the people they try to use to validate it, it's just always the worst example. But it does.
They pretty much just use things that validate their excuses, right? That they pick and choose when to use certain types of examples and, you know, of trauma and excuses to run away from accountability, pretty much. That's why as a man, they don't want to accept you the way you are, right? But for them, they want you to accept them the way they are. Even if she has 5 kids by 18 different baby daddies, she wants you to accept the way she is, because she's going to be like, oh, that was trauma. That's why I had a baby with this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy. But still, I mean, you're a real man. A real man will step up. Just accept me the way I am. I had trauma. You can't judge me. It's like, okay, don't judge me, but we're going to go 50-50. And she's like, oh, no, a real man pays 100%. It's like, no, where's that? Where's the equality, right? They pick and choose when they want to play the victim and excuse card.
It's happened. Yeah, I agree. Most women I've met, they've told me that something happened to them. So I'm not disagreeing with that. But I think men do men dirty when they go to jail if they did something to a woman. They get dealt with right away.
Okay, Shan, you good? Okay, what you reading? Scrolling.
He's about to cry.
Did you hear what Ella said? Did you hear what Ella said?
What are you talking about?
I said, did you hear what Ella said?
No, I didn't.
Of course not.
Baby, I've been up since 5 o'clock teaching kids.
We all been up. I've been up since 5 too, sweetheart. I don't care.
Good night, y'all.
All right, man. That's where the video ends. Shout out to Lapeef. But anyway, man, the excuses are crazy. If we're going to be all held accountable, we can't use excuses. We need to find solutions, right? We can't just talk about this happened to me, this happened to me. Okay, then what? Okay, you know what I mean? Okay, that happened to you, then what? You know what? That's why men don't want to really go to therapy, because, okay, I'm going to tell you what happened to me, then what? Like, I need a way to help me get over it. Like, I need a solution. Like, I don't want to tell you I'm broke, then what? You know, that's why men don't want to be vulnerable to women, because I'm going to be vulnerable to you. And then what? Do you have a solution? Or you just want me to pillow talk and tell you how I had such a bad day and I got fired and shit like that? Then what? You know what I mean? That's why men want a solution. Like, you got $200 for me, baby? I'm ready to talk. I mean, that's a solution, right? So, oh my God. All right, let's go to Anton. Give me 1 second. What are you guys talking about? Let me see. Y'all are talking about clothes. Oh my God. You're crazy. All right, hold on. Did I copy? All right, just 1 second. We're gonna go all the way to the streets of Anton Daniels. So here we go. I did that. Actually, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. Here's Ashley. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right, here we go. Let me see. What are you guys saying?
Met this guy. He lives an hour away from me in Baltimore. He's definitely in the 1%. We're both Nigerian. He comes out the gate like talking about his expectations. And he asked me, what do I want? Like he tells me he has a list. You know, he asked me, what do I want? And I just said an unlimited Amex. Like I felt like that was just, you know, I can cover everything else, right?
Unlimited?
So he was like, okay, fine.
You told him when he set his expectations, you just said flat out unlimited Amex to him.
Yes, because his vibe is like he really wants a support, you know, like a wife, kind of like all the things, like a really feminine, submissive woman, right? He's very clear about what he wants. He's divorced as well. So he was just telling me what he wants, like straight up, he wants like 2 more kids, you know, just like literally listing things.
2 more kids. He wants 2 more, so he already has children.
Yes, he does have kids. So he's not that much older than me though. And like, I feel like usually hypergamous relationships work with people who are much older than you. He's 6 years older than me. So I didn't know if the age gap was like big enough, but he was really into me. So I went with that. We went on several dates. The first date, he came to me. Again, we live an hour away. The second date, I agreed to go to him. The third date, he was supposed to come to me, but something happened. He was just getting off a plane. I was just like, oh my God, I could come to you. I shouldn't have done that. I went to him. Fourth date, he's like, okay. He sends me the link for the place. It's beautiful. I look at the address. It's where he's at. And I was like, I can't come to where you are. Like, he's like, why not? I was like, I have a nail in my tire. The next day,
she's a lie.
He replaced it. He like tells me to go to the spot over the phone, pays for 4 brand new tires, right? So I'm like, okay, perfect. I could come to you. That's fine, right? That night, he asked me to be his girlfriend. Elated. I'm like, everything I've been doing is perfect. Like, I love it. I'm so happy. Like, I feel comfortable in the idea of having, I don't want to say transactional relationship. Like I was kind of.
It is transactional. Oh my God. I told you guys, it's crazy out here. I just told what's the guy in the chat? That B me 35. Everything is transactional. You see, I don't want to say it's transactional, yet the first thing she said, she told him she wants unlimited credit card. It is transactional, guys. It is transactional. I don't know which world men are living in. Everything about dating is transactional. I don't care if it's time transactional, money transactional, food transactional, sex transactional. But for women, more than anything, they want the moolah, baby.
judging myself at a time for like wanting this hypergamous relationship and not wanting to like fall in love and like Disney story and all that kind of stuff. I was judging myself, but I think I'm more comfortable in like knowing what the expectations are, knowing what you're going to give, what I'm going to give, right? So as he's asked me to be his girlfriend, he's again listing out his expectations. It's like Ashley, he's like, you have to stay in the gym. You have to learn how to cook my traditional food because we're both Nigerian, you know, and other things. I'm like, okay, cool. He asked me again, what do I want?
What are the other things? Just go down the list.
Damn, I don't remember everything because they were kind of basic, honestly. They weren't like crazy, but the only two things that stood out was like my weight or like staying in the gym, his favorite soup, and don't be clingy. Sometimes he comes back from work, he just wants his own space. Like he literally said that. He was just like, you know, you don't have to be all in my face. Go watch Netflix, go shopping, do whatever you want. Like, that's what he said. And I'm like, okay, bet. So he's leading with money, okay? He's always talking about money, right? Awesome.
Because he knows you're gold digger.
That night, like I hadn't slept with him, like even with the tires and everything, I hadn't slept with him until he asked me to be his girlfriend. I sleep with him.
She gave up the cheeks. He clapped them cheeks because he bought her 4 tires and she let him clap them cheeks. Oh my God, guys, it's crazy out here. How much are 4 tires? How much are 4 expensive tires? You know, anywhere from 60 to what, 120. I don't know what car she has. She probably has a Nissan Altima. That's like $80 a tire. So times 4. $320 plus maybe $100 to put them on. He clapped them cheeks. Oh my God, crazy.
So that's the oldest trick in the book, honey. The oldest. He get you, gotcha. He gets you, gotcha.
See, this is what I feel.
For 4
okay.
tires.
All right. I think I already know what you're about to say. But so the next day, like he asked me to work from home from his place, which I love because he has like a beautiful like penthouse, like overlooking the harbor. It's gorgeous. Like who doesn't want to work from there? That day too, he loves my dog loves him, my dog loves the place. It was great. Like he let the dog sleep in the bed and everything. It was fine. Which I, you know, thought he was not gonna like that because my dog sleeps with me, but it was fine. So I have my own business. So I'm on calls in the morning. He came from the gym. I heard him come and leave. He texted me that he left. And I was going to say to him, like, can you leave the card on the table in case I want to go out and get lunch or something like that?
Okay, so just so we're clear about where we are with the story, you go to his house the night he decides to make it official. You're his girlfriend. You finally cross that line. You have said you are intimate. The next morning you wake up. He's on a call. You're in the gym. You got to stay fit. You come back upstairs. He's about to head out. So you're like, hey, babes, you know, you can call him babes now because you guys are together. Can you leave the card on the table? This is where we are in the story.
This is where we are, but except for it's switched. I'm already on the call. I wanted to say to him to leave the card on the table, but I was on a call. So like, you know, he just texted me that he was leaving because he didn't want to like come into the camera where I was at. So he just texted me, you know, have a good day, whatever. And so I didn't get a chance to ask him for anything. Ashley, this man is kind of intimidating to me, okay? He has like a very fancy house, not to sound like ratchet or anything, but you know how you pull out the trash can and it has like either trash or recycling? He has like 4 different compartments. So I'm not like a cleaner or whatever. Like,
oh my God, guys, you guys know where this story is going, right? I don't think this ended well. I haven't watched the whole video, but I don't think she ended well. So after he bought her, so he has a nice house. He bought her car tires, got to clap them cheeks, but now she's scared of asking for a credit card to go shopping. Damn. Anything for a rich man, right? All you got to do is have the money, have a nice car, have a nice house, and they'll let you clap them cheeks. Maybe buy them some tires every now and then.
He has a chef, he has a maid, he has like a designer, he has like all of the things. So I don't really know exactly where I fit in to this, and we'll just put a pin in that. But I didn't really.
Before you go further, it sounds like you're saying you don't feel like you're enough for him. That's what that sounds like to
It's
me.
not.
But we can keep going before we go back to that.
Maybe I'm not gonna throw that out. Like I kind of talked to my therapist about this a little bit too.
Here we go.
And
With
they
therapy.
feel like I don't think I deserve. I feel like I don't deserve this, which I don't think is inaccurate as well. I think I just did all the things. I usually look cuter than this, I know. But like, you know, I feel like whatever. So
With the makeup,
I'm just
huh?
in his house kind of feeling nervous. I think like he makes me nervous. He's very intimidating. He's like a big boss, whatever. He calls me. I'm actually in therapy and he's just like, oh, what's up? How was your day? And I was like, oh, I'm about to leave. He was like, oh, I wanted you to stay. And then I was like, well, I haven't showered yet. He's like, ew. And we're like joking around. So I hang up the phone. And then after therapy, I decide maybe I shouldn't leave because he said he wanted me to stay, right? So I eat my leftovers from dinner the night before and take a shower and like I'm just watching Netflix. He comes in like hesitantly to the room and like is pissed or something like that. And I'm just like, okay, maybe he had like a bad day at work. I'm not going to get in my head about it because, you know, I have anxiety. I'm just like, okay, let me just not even think too much about it. He goes downstairs. He's like, oh, I didn't know you were going to be here, stuff like that. And I was just like, oh, like, you know, I thought, I mean, I don't remember what I said, to be honest. He's like, well, I have like jerk chicken downstairs. So he goes down. I'm like, I'm not, naturally, I want to go down and be like, how was your day? Da, da, da. But I didn't. I just stayed in the room because he was saying that he doesn't like all of that after work. So he comes back upstairs, gets in the bed, falls asleep like immediately, right?
So not even acknowledging like, hey, babe, come cuddle next to me. Like he doesn't grab you. He doesn't touch you.
No, we do cuddle. We cuddle, but he like, you know, I go over to him and cuddle with.
She's lying. You guys know she's not telling the full story, right? Because I'm telling you guys, if every time a woman told a story about a man she's dating or something went wrong, something happened in their relationship, if every woman could tell the full story, most women would be the ones in the wrong. But because the guy is not here to tell his side of the story, she's going to try and take the story wherever she wants to make herself look like the victim. You know, because in the story, she literally, he asked her to stay. She said she was going to leave because she has to take a shower. But she didn't even say she told him she was going to stay eventually. She just stayed because he comes home thinking, okay, maybe she left. And then he finds her. You know what I mean? She's not telling the full story. All we know, it's a rich man who bought her car tires, clapped them cheeks, and this is where we are. She's stuck in his house because he has a nice house. Damn.
With him.
Okay,
and
no. So I'm asking, there's a reason I'm asking this. So he gets in the bed, almost turns his back to you, and you're laying there. Okay, go ahead.
It was fine. It was normal.
Okay, it was normal. Okay.
But he falls asleep though quite quick. He asked me like if I was still watching the thing. He changes the channel and falls asleep. And then in the morning, like in the middle of the night, we like huddle. He pulls me to the, you know, stuff like that. But he doesn't like initiate sex with me or anything like that. In the morning, it's like he woke up, like he opened his eyes and put his feet on the floor in like the same motion. And then I was kind of in and out of sleep, thinking maybe he went to the bathroom, but he just never comes back. And I was just like, okay. So I texted him.
Comes back. So he got up out the bed at his usual time because it sounds like he has a routine. Yeah. He got up, got himself together, and walks out his house and just leaves you in the bed. Doesn't say anything to you.
Nothing. So I feel like I was asleep though. He thought I was asleep. So, and I kind of was in and out of sleep. And so I texted him, are you at the gym? Like I packed up all my stuff ready to go. Cause I was like, maybe I'm like annoying him or something like that. So like being here for too long, I don't know. So I was just like, let me just get my shit. So I texted him, hey, I'm leaving. And then he was kind of upset that I was leaving without saying goodbye to him or whatever. But it all was cool still, right? So yeah, I'm also, because he was like, oh my God, you were snoring so much. He sent me like a GIF of like whatever, this ugly snoring person. And I was like, who took a picture of you sleeping? It was funny. We were just joking around. What?
He seems like a very particular guy. Like for him to joke about the bath thing, for him to joke about the snoring thing, it sounds like he likes his woman like he only wants to see a woman in this cookie cutter form. I could be wrong, but he doesn't want to see that too soon. It's a lot of things I want to say, but I'll let you keep going.
And
I mean, what do you expect if y'all choose? I don't know why women think if they go after these rich guys, the guys who are going to spoil them and have the nice cars, have the nice houses. I don't know why they think they're going to act the same way the average guy would act. What women want is to find a man who's rich, going to spend money on them, but act like the average guys they're dealing with. So the average guy is going to be the one to cook for them, text them every single morning, check up on them, call them, spend so much time with them. But they want the rich guy to have the same characteristics as the average guy. So when she's talking, you can see that she's not used to dealing with busy men, very busy men who have things to do, who don't give her all the attention she wants, who don't stay and, pillow talk with her. So that's the biggest issue women have. They want the rich man, but once they get him, they realize, oh my God, this is what comes with it. Yeah, there's a price to pay.
So basically, I was very dumb, very, very, very dumb. And I thought everything was cool. And he had already sent me like a card to use for something else. And so I asked him if I could use it for another thing. And like the messaging was just like, after that was just sparse. And then finally the next day he he sent me a very long message about how things were kind of like how he didn't like what things looked like when he got home. I didn't tell him that I was still there.
Yeah, I knew it.
And that asking to use his card was very selfish. And that he doesn't think it's gonna work. And I got really upset, like very upset. And I was like, I hope nobody treats their daughters like this. You had sex with me. You got what you wanted, and now you're just making up shit. Like literally, like I popped off. And I regret having done that. He was still going back and forth with me a little bit, trying to say like he doesn't need to, manipulate women for sex. Like women are all, which is true, it's true. But I was just mad and I was just saying shit. So my question is, girl, I apologize because my therapist is male. And so my therapist was like, girl,
therapy.
You're tripping. So I was just like, telling him stuff. He was like, well, what would it feel like to, tell him? So I sent him an apology text. Like, I'm sorry for saying all of that. I should have never brought up his daughters ever. And whatever. So I sent that, but I didn't hear from him. And so I'm wondering if I should call him or if I should just drop it.
You should drop it.
Okay.
It's time to move on, and you could take it as a learning experience. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say a learning lesson, but a learning experience. And a man like that, I think men who are wealthy, men who have a lot of money are very particular. I'm not going to say all, but I'm going to say most. Some of them, I'm not going to say all of them, may want you to be up before they get up. So he may want you to get out the bed before he gets out the bed, done up, hair done, worked out, completed, breakfast on the stove to perfection. He doesn't want to see you comfortable in the first 6 days. What I also think changed was as soon as you gave it up, and I'm not going to say the word, but I think when men have seg, they have something called clarity. I'm not going to say the other two words. And sometimes I think for them after that situation, they realize, is this person who I really want to be with? Not saying you're an ugly girl, not saying you're a bad person.
See, this is why you can't let women speak for men. If a man has sex with a woman and he loses interest, that's because there's nothing else she offers. This woman got a wealthy man to buy her car tires, and then she gave up the punani, and then she stayed at his house. She didn't cook for him a meal when he came back to his house. There was no meal ready for him. She didn't clean. She was just watching Netflix at his house. So of course, after he claps cheeks and she can't even make him a meal, he's gonna be like, you know what? He's rich. Remember, she's been talking about how she asked him for a credit card. So he's like, okay, she wants my money. She can't even cook me a meal. She can't even clean. She stayed at my house all day watching Netflix. Like she couldn't even do anything, but she wants me to spend money on her. I mean, I already clapped them cheeks. Why should I keep her around? So she's wrong. This woman, because this woman teaches these women how to find rich guys. But one thing she doesn't teach them is what to do for them. She just teaches them all the tricks on how to look and how to get a rich man. She never tells them, you know what? Maybe you should be more feminine. Maybe you should learn how to cook. Maybe you should learn how to clean. She just teaches them, get a rich man to spend money on you and try not to have sex with him in 90 days. You know what I mean?
Maybe he just got a sense like, I don't know if this is the person for me. And I think it's important to get a man emotionally attached first before you make a physical connection.
This is such bad
I
advice.
think that's very important. I'm not saying.
In other words, hold the punani. In other words, make him wait for 90 days. Make him spend money on you as you make him chase the punani so that he gets attached to you. Like, rich men don't do that shit. He will wait because he has all the money. He will spend the money even if it takes him 6 months. The moment he clap them cheeks, you're out because you have nothing else to offer. The only women, in my opinion, who withhold sex from men are the ones who have nothing else to offer because they know all they have to offer is the punani. So once the man claps them cheeks, there's nothing else.
It always lasts when you have an emotional connection. But I would want him to be hooked emotionally to me before he has my body. Because he can have any woman. If he has as much money as you says he does, if he would leave you in his house, have a penthouse, there's probably 20 other girls on reserve while you were laying down, while he was wanted to be. So he says she showed up to the date. I'm just saying this particular guy who you're talking about. You came together pristine. Now you in the house eating popcorn, Netflix, hair up in a bun, and he don't want to see that. He doesn't want to see that.
Yeah.
I hate to say it.
I never thought about that.
He want to see you done up. He had a long day. He want to see pretty to perfection, a little Barbie doll. Oh, hey, baby. How are you? Hello. I know that's not for everyone. I'm not saying you have to change for a man. I'm not saying you have to be that for a man. But if you want to date a certain type of man who has a certain type of status, who is a 1%er in the world, then honey, that's what comes with the territory. And from what it sounds like, he don't want you to snore in front of him. He don't want you to fart in front of him. He don't want you to look tired, smelly, and not bathe in front of him. He's very particular. He wants you to be like a little Barbie doll. You got too comfortable too quickly for him.
No, she didn't get comfortable. She just offered no value. She wasn't an asset to the man. The only thing she's right about is the fact that those rich guys, they have options, obviously. And also that's what comes with a wealthy guys. Because I can tell you, this woman somewhere has rejected so many good average men who would have been, okay with her snoring, who would have been okay with her not cooking, who would have been okay with her not cleaning their house, right? She has rejected so many good guys because they are not wealthy enough to buy her 4-car tires like the rich guy did. She has rejected so many average men because she wants the top tier 1%. Like she said, he was a 1%er. So we're talking about a millionaire, right? But she didn't realize dealing with rich men comes with a consequence. They don't really care as much. They're not going to be buying you flowers all the time. Now, you may get Drake every now and then and put you on a private jet, or you may get a Diddy to get other men to clap your cheeks as he's watching, but it comes with a cost. But they don't want the average man who wants just the normal things. They want that lifestyle. They don't know it comes with a territory. You know what I mean? Now she's going to want to get another rich guy, and the same thing will happen. And remember, it's not so many rich guys. Either she's going to be lucky enough to find other rich guys, or when she gets 45, she's going to come back to the average guy and knock on Isaac's door. Hey, Isaac. Hey, big head. And Isaac's going to be like, you didn't want me when I was still down. Now I'm up. You didn't want me when you had no kids. Now you got 4 kids by seven men. I don't want you. You know what I mean?
And he had that clarity right after the say. As soon as things Again, P in clarity. As soon as men have seg, they come to the realization. The thrill is there because they haven't done anything with you yet. And that's why you were so much more confident before you guys did anything, because you still had the power. You had the cookie. You didn't give him anything. So you still was like, I'm that girl. He ain't going nowhere. As soon as you gave it up, it's almost like you felt like you gave your power away.
Yeah.
I know not all women feel like this, but if you know you're not that girl, and I know you said you've been watching the videos, you gotta kind of play the game with, with the small. You gotta play the game, not with the 1%. You can't.
No, but so this is it. This is like I normally date 1% white guys. Usually, this is the first time I ever dated a black man who's in 1%. And I feel like it's different.
Oh, so now she's gonna blame the rest, right? So if you always dated wealthy white men, right? How come you couldn't keep any of them? So now because you've dated a black guy who wanted you to cook and clean and you didn't do it, he clapped them cheeks and let you go. Now you think it's because it's a black guy? You see how it doesn't make sense? You just said you've always dated rich 1% white men, but you couldn't keep any of them. I mean, if you could, you wouldn't be with a black guy. But clearly there's something about you that you need to look in the mirror and change and, find out why you've dated all these rich men. Because, I mean, I know Ashley has makeup, but we can all say that Ashley looks better than her, right? So if you're getting all these rich men with the way you look, how come you cannot keep any of them? She needs to look in the mirror and ask herself, do I need to learn how to cook, how to shut my mouth, how to be feminine, something?
Okay, I will say there's a different in culture, right? Or different in the way people are raised, but I think men are men, right? I think men are men. They're black and white. Women, we have gray areas.
Yeah.
Okay, I think the game is the same, but the only thing that changes is the players. That's what I feel. All right? And I don't want you to stress yourself out about it. I think in this situation, to get your power back, when he said, oh, I don't think this is for me, the best thing you could have did was said nothing, packed up your bag and walked out. C'est la vie.
Now she's wondering, will I ever get another rich man to buy me 4-car tires, right? The only problem I have with this woman is she teaches these women how to get the rich man. She doesn't teach them what those rich men want from women, right? Because she's teaching them, oh, hold on to the pussy, don't give up so quick, don't sleep with them, make them invest emotionally and spend money on you so they get attached. Guess what? They're rich. They will spend money on you for 6 months, for 12 months, and clap cheeks, and you have nothing else to offer. They will still drop you. It doesn't matter just because you made them wait. Now, you may make Boogie wait if you want. I could stay for, I don't know, even if you can't cook for me, I could still like you. But you make a 1% wait, and you think he's going to keep you around just because he's spending some money on you? These women don't. They ain't got the answers, Sway. They ain't got the answers, man. Anyway, shout out to you guys, man. This is crazy. And I'm telling you guys, these are the women you're going to run into on dating apps out here in the world. Whether you meet women on dating apps or in the world, these are the women you're going to meet. This is what I've told you guys. And I'll say it again. You guys don't listen to me, but that's on you. I'm going to tell you again. If you're a man dating any woman from the age of 30 onwards, so I'm talking 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and onwards, 99% chance she's running into a good man, a rich man, a tall man, a funny man, a masculine man, confident man, gangster, whatever type of man. But ask yourself this. If she couldn't keep any of them, if none of them could make her happy, why do you think you are going to be the one to keep her happy? What, because she said she likes you? Well, because she said I do? So you, if you're dating out here, you're going to meet women like her she claims she's dated only the 1% rich, wealthy man. If they couldn't keep her happy, if she couldn't be able to keep them, what makes you think you're going to make her happy and she's going to keep you? So as you're out here dating, always ask yourself this. are the things I'm doing for this woman. Has any man ever done these things? The things she says I should do to make her happy. Has any man ever done these things? 99.9%, the answer is yes. So after you ask yourself that question, ask yourself another question. What makes me think I'm so good to make her stay with me, but she couldn't stay with the other guys? What makes me such an angel, so different from the other guys? Those are the questions men never ask themselves. I'm not a dating coach, right? I'm not an angel. I'm not a prophet. I'm none of that, but just a logical thinker. Like, that's literally common sense. Those are the things men never ask themselves. So you're out here looking for love. Look for love all you want. I'm all for love. Yay, let's go. Let's go, love army. But ask yourself those two questions. All right. So that's my that's my rant for the day. I know women won't like that, but hey, listen. It is what it is. That's my rant for the day. That's my rant for the day, man. Anyway, I gotta show support to Isaac, Evo 80. Man, you guys have been killing the chat. Miss Mariam. Who else was that? I saw somebody new that I've never seen in the chat. I just saw somebody. Wait. That was that Be Me 35. I saw another one. Was it Davis? David. What's up, David? I just want to show some shout out to you guys before I head out. Who else did I see? All right, can't really go back in the chat. Oh yeah. Who is this guy? Shit. Oh my god, I can't even say this name. Because why not? You guys have some crazy name. Like, who is this? That's some crazy. You guys have some crazy names, man. That's crazy. I can't say the name, but shout out to you, bro. Who else? Brandon. All right, Brandon. I see Brandon. All right, shout out to you guys, man. I'll be back next week on Tuesday, so we can get it popping again for another live stream. But shout out to you guys for supporting my videos when I upload them. It really means the world to me. Yeah, I would have done one more video, but maybe I'll save it for next week. Let me see, which video is this? Give me 1 second. Let me see. Which video is this? Oh, I did. All right. Yeah, I'll do. Yeah, I gave you guys maybe about 5 videos, so I'll be back next week, but I'll still be dropping videos for you guys throughout the week. So shout out to you guys for your support, as always. And I know, guys, I'm just kidding. Evo 80 and Isaac. I know I was throwing some shots at you guys, but I was just kidding. Just banter, just messing around. Nothing crazy. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Yeah, but unfortunately, man, dating now is about the money. I mean, always has been, but right now it's more crazy. Women are more direct with it. So am I saying don't date? No, I'm saying you can date, but just know it's about the money. Like, if a woman tells you she really loves you for you, you gotta be some kind of, I don't know. You need prayers if you actually believe it. Am I saying she won't like you? Yes, she may like you, but she will like you for a reason. And the same way for men, you're gonna like her for a reason, right? Whether she's beautiful, she's nice to be hang out with, she's nice to be around. There's a reason you're gonna like her. So as men and women, we just have to be honest about the fact that we don't like each other just for the sake of it. Like, no one just likes you just because, right? They like you for a reason, right? And if that reason goes away, well, bye-bye. You know what I mean? The only difference is you may get someone who may remember the good times and they be like, you know what? The good times outweigh the bad, so I'll stick around, right? Let's say you get sick, your wife, your girlfriend may stick with you because she knows, she's been in the streets. She knows it's not really, there's nothing, she can't do any better, right? But anytime a woman thinks she can do any better than you, I swear to God, she will leave you. So when you see a woman disrespecting you and, not listening to you, she already knows she can do better. Either because there are plenty of people in the DMs, she has men she's putting on the back burner waiting for you to mess up or for the time to move on. If a woman is disrespecting you or is arguing with you, she's literally telling you, I can easily move on. Like, I have other options. Like, she doesn't have to come out straight, be like, hey, I got other men. But if she's disrespecting you, arguing with you, like never peaceful, like she never, like every time you hang out with her, it's always fighting. She's really literally telling you, I have Boogie, I have John, I have Henry, I have all these guys, they want me. She literally believes she can do better than you. You know what I mean? Think of it like when you have a job and you don't care what your boss says to you. Your boss has to ask himself, where does this guy get the confidence of not listening to what I tell him to do? Where does he get the confidence of coming late every single day? That means either you got your savings right, your business is doing well, you got the enough experience, you have a side job. There is something that you don't care what your boss tells you because you have that at the boss. So it's the same thing as a woman. If she talks to you the way she wants to, she doesn't care. Like, she gives you sex when she wants. She will tell you no whenever she wants. Because if you have been dating out here for a while, you will see the difference between a woman who really believes she can't do any better and you're like everything for her, and a woman who doesn't. You see, there's a big difference. You know what I mean? So, I mean, like I told you guys, I'm not a dating coach or none of that. I literally just think of me like I'm a dating news anchor. I'm a dating analyst or in dating news. I bring the dating news to you guys. Try to break it down from my perspective of everything going on here. But that's the best I can do, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed my rant. I'll probably clip this up. And for my rants, if I'm not reacting to anything, my rants, maybe people don't really care about my rants. They want to see, obviously, the ladies and men going back and forth. But hey, listen. Yeah, you're right, Evo 80, dating newscast. Brought to you by Boogie. I tell you the weather forecast of dating, the dating forecast. So I will let you know when a dating hurricane is coming, and it's already here. We're in the middle of a storm, of a dating storm. Crazy. Anyway, man, I gotta head out. Yeah, so if you're out here dating, just know what's out here. Like, it's better what's going on rather than act like you're gonna find the one. And the Disney movies we watch. Like, you guys, I don't know about you guys, but man, when I watched Notebook, I don't know how, I think I was still in I don't remember how old I was when I watched the Notebook. Maybe 10, 15. I cried watching the Notebook. I thought love was real. Yo, you watch movies and you're like, oh my God, I want that kind of love. Because you're a kid, but remember, it's what do they call it? When you feed on something for so long that it really messes with your psychic and you actually think it's real. That's what happened to me with and many of us with the movies. We watch those movies, we literally believe that shit is real. But what we don't know is that those movies are literally meant to mess with our psychic. They shape the way you think, because the more you watch and listen and you feed the same thing, you're gonna become it. So, and it's hard to go away from that. It's hard for a man to believe that they'll never find true love. It's a very bitter pill to swallow. But hey, listen, because the thing is, whoever you think your true love is, there's a man who you also thought that was his true love, and she also thought she had a true love at one point. So I mean, I'm just saying. Oh my God. Right on the money, Evo 80. Right on the money. We all have found true love like 1,000 times, man. That's why I always wonder the men who get married and divorced and married again and divorced again and married again and divorced again. Like, there's got to be something wrong with you. I get it if you do it one time and it doesn't work out, right? But if you actually believe that you're going to get married, get divorced, and do it again and get divorced again and keep doing it, like, there's got to be something wrong with you. Like, there's got to be something wrong with you to the fact, to the extent that you think you actually need to get married over and over and over again. I don't know, man. I got to judge. I got to judge you at that point. But some guys do it. It's crazy. I don't understand it. It's crazy. You know what I mean? So the same thing happens to men who, like, you know, are always thinking that if a woman disrespects him and then they get back to, they break up and then they get back together and then they break up and they get back together and she's still doing the same thing and he's hoping something is going to change. Like, come on, man. Anyway, we all can be better at some point, but anyway, man, shout out to you guys. I'll see you soon. Peace.